Yeah, they were given a little bit of mercy on there. And
All
speaking
right,
of mercy, there is going to be no mercy tonight. I'm here with the High Lords of Terra. This is John Fearhelm with In Your Phase Media, and we have a special episode of Fireheads for you. Well, normally I send out fresh peppers and we climb that pepper ladder, but the High Lords of Terra, guys that I've been hanging out, gaming with for a few years now, I'll let them introduce themselves. They said to me, John, we don't want to do the fresh peppers. We want to do a hot wing challenge. So tonight we're doing something different. We're going to do the hot wing ladder. And let's take it over to Michael Timpey of the High Lords of Terra. Michael, how you doing? Tell me about your guys. Tell me about your crew.
I'm Michael.
I'm Alex.
I'm Will.
And we're the Hot Lords of Terra. And we're really happy to be doing this joint podcast where we copy the shtick of a reasonably popular YouTube show. And something that Charity Hammer wants to do as well. That's coming up. So
very
yeah,
nice.
we got this all together, and rather than eat fresh produce, which I don't think any of us are known for.
Yeah, no, that's not me.
That was the problem, yes.
Process jars of heat. And John's going to ask us questions. We did not tell him what to ask or make any suggestions. He just is going to do whatever he's going to do.
Yeah,
and
I'm just going to randomly do it, yep.
Progressively hotter wings until we're in a lot of pain. So.
Yeah.
And how hot do you think we're going to go? So this is a thing that often comes up. You know, we do these hot pepper challenges, and, you know, like I did with Seth yesterday, we had, you know, went up to just a mild kind of a pepper because he wasn't into it. And of course, last week I went with Reese and we went all the way up to 1.2 million. And next week I'm going to be doing one. The guy wants to go all the way past the 2 million mark. But no, we're not going to do that. And the thing is, with hot sauce, there are hot sauces that are way hotter than any peppers that are out there. Like, you can buy literally pure capsaicin crystals. Like, I don't know how hot that is, but that's as hot can be. It's a pure crystal of the stuff, right?
When you want to mace yourself with your food.
Right? No, that's not fun. It's not even fun to prepare food like that. So I don't know what's going to happen tonight. But what I do know is we've been talking for a while. We've been waiting. Unfortunately, COVID-19 affects us in all ways. 2020 comes in all ways. And unfortunately, we're going to see that Mr. Will here was not able to acquire all of the hot sauces that he was hoping for. So I want to put this right on the table. Will is not a wimp. He hasn't chosen the mild path. It is completely because of delivery delays and COVID-19
You don't know for
problems.
sure that the link he sent us to track the package was hot sauces?
Yeah,
For all we know, that is on his kitchen counter.
Yeah, I don't.
I will make this promise to you. If that package alert comes in the middle of this podcast, I am jumping up from this chair, running out to the mailbox, and I am grabbing that stuff. Like, I will grab them if they show up.
Yeah.
So you heard it here, folks. If we're on pepper number 6, that alert comes, Will's going to run out, he's going to come in, and he's going to just guzzle all those hot sauces to catch up to everybody.
I didn't make any promise about guzzling the sauce.
Oh, no.
That's what I heard.
That's going to happen.
Oh, man. I really need to. I need to word these things better.
That's a promise.
You do.
You heard it here
That
first.
is a promise. So I don't know where you guys want to start with this, but as I myself am not a hot sauce guy, so I didn't have a lot of hot sauce selection. But I did order it from Just Wings, and when I looked at their menu of hot sauces, they didn't have a cool, like, temperature gauge like some places you go. No, they just said mild or hot.
Yeah.
So I
Those are
just
two
picked all
flavors.
the ones that said hot, and we'll see what we get. So I myself am thinking that I'm going to start with the old, what do we got here? Oh, you know what? This is where we're going to start. This is lighter in color. So whatever it is, that's going to be my first sauce of the evening. How about you, Michael? What are you going to start with here?
I'm going to kick it off with this Dawson's shawarma sauce, chilling at around 4,000 Scoville.
Ooh, nice. So about the heat of a jalapeno there. How about you, Alex? What's on your agenda first?
I'm going to start with the classic garlic hot sauce from the Heatonist.
Nice. Very nice.
I'm not sure how spicy this is. I know I've had it before. It's not super spicy, but it's got a lot of flavor to it, which I like.
Excellent, excellent. And, you know, much like we do here on Hotheads, now normally we all eat the same pepper, but here we're going to be trying different sauces out. So we're going to kind of talk about what we're going to do. Then we're all going to pop that into our mouth, and we're just going to go around and kind of talk about what the flavor was like, what you're feeling, what's going on. Now, Will, not to leave you out, what's going to go on your first hot wing?
All right, so the first hot wing. No, the first one that I'm going to go with is the pepper plant garlic hot sauce.
Hold that up to your chest.
There we go.
Now it's actually
very
showing up.
nice.
Nice.
I think everybody will
AKA
recognize
the sauce
that.
that I could find in my fridge.
I was going to say, everybody will recognize that if you've eaten at the Black Bear Diner. Always on the table when you go to Black Bear.
Oh, my God.
Sponsored.
Hey, everybody. If you're all ready, let's see what this is. I have no idea what I'm eating. It's the creamy sauce.
All righty.
Now for the ASMR that nobody wants.
Okay, well, mine was pretty mild. Maybe 1,500 Scovilles at the most. Definitely some kind of a ranch base, maybe like a jalapeno ranch or something going on in there. Tasty little sauce. I could actually see pouring the rest of this cup on a salad and having a spicy salad with it.
Yeah, that doesn't sound too bad.
Spicy salad.
So
Spicy salad.
the classic garlic is got some jalapenos in it, so it's got a little bit of that sweetness to it that offsets the garlic. It is a very garlicky sauce. So.
Yeah.
How about you, Michael? What's going on with in your mouth right now?
Great. Yeah, this is a fantastic sauce. It's like a daily driver. It's really low, slow heat, and it's got a bunch of bright, kind of like fun stuff in the center. Like you could pour this on just about anything and have a good time.
Nice.
So it's a great sauce.
And all of these, I'm assuming, are all low heat so far.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah, that's
Will, what was happening with that pepper sauce, the famous Black Bear pepper sauce?
So it is definitely on the milder side of things. It's got enough spice so that you can tell that there's like some peppers in there, but it's mainly garlic. That's the main flavor that I'm getting from that. It is not at all spicy. Like I would be able to just pour that like on stuff and just like enjoy it. So it's more of a flavor than a heat source.
Nice. So what I'm hearing from you is that this is something that somebody who's not into hot sauce, but maybe wants to slather it on their food. What do you think this would be good on?
Like, so I will put like it's actually really good on eggs for breakfast, like just to give like that little extra kick to that to give you something in the morning to like wake you up a little bit. But when you're not wanting to burn your mouth for the rest of the day,
which
fair enough.
Sense when considering where it comes from, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's all I've ever had it on is on the eggs at the Black Bear. I mean, let's face it, it doesn't matter what time I roll through Shasta, California. we're stopping at Black Bear as we go through and having some eggs.
Like the sour cream pancakes. Oh, dude, those are so good.
Wow, I have not had that, but just hearing the name tells me they must be good.
And a biscuit the size of a softball.
Right? Yeah. I have never finished a meal there. I don't even know if I finished like halfway. They give you these huge platters, like a hash brown that has half of Idaho in it, you know. Oh, good stuff. So what do you guys think? Let's go ahead and push right on into that second wing, I think. We'll kind of do two, and then we'll chit-chat a bit as we recover from the pain. And, you know, that first one was definitely mild for me, and I don't know how much I need to kick it up, but I'm going to try one more of these sauces from the store, and I'm going to see if I can find something with a little more heat to it. And this one here, oh yeah, definitely. This is a Frank's Red Hot Sauce. Classic wing sauce. I put that shit on everything, right?
Yep.
So that's what I'm going to go for my second one. Let's go the other way. Will, what are you going to put on your second one?
So I am also going to put on Frank's Red Hot Sauce, but I'm doing it in the most poor man version possible because I managed to find some packets of it. And I'm like, you know what? That's a hot sauce.
Yes, it is. And it's actually a baseline, right? This is like what classic hot wings are all about is Frank's Red Hot Sauce. Yep.
Like that's the one that you always ate when you were like getting them from just like a regular wing place before they started adding all of like the fun flavors and the fun extra heat on it.
Right?
And,
old school. Old school.
Psychos started making like weird genetic freak flavors.
Oh, like my last sauce, where they
God.
combined all of Satan's garden into some concoction.
Well, I'm looking forward to hearing about that. But what are you trying right now, Michael?
I've got Shaquanda's West Indian curry sauce.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what? Say that again.
Shaquanda's West Indian curry.
Nice.
West Indian. Like, wait. Is that west of India or is west?
Yeah,
no,
like
the West
India. Yeah.
Or like the West Indies, which is Cuba and all of that.
I don't know, but it's 14,000 Scoville and it's great.
That sounds good. How about you, Alex? What are you stepping up to over there?
What was that, Mike?
It's
Yeah, sorry
really
about that.
fun.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
I like the name of it, and I'm already curious. Like I said, is it West India or West? I'm thinking West Indies, though. I'm thinking like Dominican Republic, Cuba, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I know Shaquanda's is also like a brand of hot sauces. They got a bunch.
This might be West Indies because it's talking about Caribbean flavor,
Yeah.
There you go.
and it's really great.
Excellent. It's funny, I'm hearing some of these ones, and I'm like, you know what? I should have some of that garlic pepper sauce in my fridge, and this might be something good. I'll see how Mike reacts, though. We'll see if he starts turning a little red on
I'm not
the forehead
expecting that
there.
until far later on in this.
Oh, that's not
he's
going to
the
happen.
heat
huh?
master.
He is. Well, and you guys may know that last year, I believe you had some of the Carolina Reapers, right? And this year, earlier in the year, I sent you a pack of hot peppers.
And I ate some of them, and then the rest I turned into a hot sauce bottle.
Oh, exciting.
It's
Very
unlabeled in my fridge, and I'm waiting for someone to make an interesting life choice.
That sounds awesome.
I'll
Mike is definitely part of my Good Boy Pepper Club. Good group of close friends that I send peppers to every year. Only people that really enjoy the hot stuff, and that's Michael. But Alex, what are you going to put on your next hot wing here?
So I'm going to go with Heartbeat hot sauce. This is a habanero pineapple.
Ooh, habanero pineapple. Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
I like it. Well, Will and I are just going to go in with straight Frank's Red Hot. Everybody, let's see what happens.
I ate mine already, so you'll just have to pretend that I'm doing it with them. I thought you wanted me to eat it first. So.
Oh.
I'm a big guy. I'm hungry.
Okay, I'm hungry too. Go ahead and start talking. You're ready while we're chewing.
Yeah, so I've got to say this sauce, really wonderful. It's by a company called Fourth Dimension. It gets its heat from Scotch bonnet.
Oh, nice.
And it has thyme, allspice, ginger, cinnamon. Really cool. What a great sauce.
That does sound good.
Yeah, the pineapple habanero is actually like, you don't really taste the pineapple until later. It hits you with this like just punch of pepper. Like you've eaten bell peppers before, right? Like what a pepper tastes like.
Yeah, that pepper flavor.
Yeah, exactly. It's heavily pepper flavor at the front, and it's this like slow building heat. It's really nice. It's it's good on chicken, that's for sure. But
so how does the pineapple fit into that flavor profile for you?
It's just that little bit of like, it's that sweet heat, you know.
It is, huh?
It's like very kind of like tropical Caribbean like flavor profile.
Nice. Now, where do you see heat-wise this landing? Is this I'm gonna put a few drops on something? I'm gonna make a sauce out of this. I'm gonna squirt a big old bunch of it. Where does it land in that?
I mean, I doused that last wing with this stuff, so.
Oh, did you?
I'm probably a poor judge of that.
Hey.
Yeah,
Nobody's going to judge you.
I poured a couple tablespoons
I will.
of everything into a bag and shook each one of these, so.
Now.
They should have a pretty good amount.
You're not messing around.
Considering what you're ending this with, I don't envy you.
It's such a horrifying.
Why do you do this to yourself?
I hope you've got wet
Aggressive.
naps, dog, because
I got napkins. I've got drinks. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to roll.
But that last one's going to get on your fingers. Like, please.
No, I actually brought a fork. I'm not touching any of this garbage.
Okay, good. Last thing I want you to do is
He's like touch my eyes with mace and then start crying. Yeah, perfect.
or do that and make this a great episode.
Oh, it's
That'll
gonna
be
be
fun.
great. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm very interested now. I'm not going to climb that high in the heat ladder. Will, unfortunately, because of shipping problems, you're not going to be able to climb that high in the heat
shipping.
ladder. But that means that you and I are going to have some mutual enjoyment later in the
show. With this package in it, and he couldn't find it. It was weird.
Yeah. If you can't find your package, there's nothing we can do for you. But
yeah, it's all somewhere. It might be in a purse. I don't know.
So we're going to enjoy some mutual entertainment later. But at this moment, you and I also enjoyed some mutual fun with both trying out the old Frank's Red Hot Sauce.
Classic.
The classic. So what was your take? Give me an opinion on that real quick.
So it's been a while since I actually just had straight Frank's Red Hot, and it tastes exactly the way I remember it, which is... So I've never really been a fan of Tabasco because it always tastes like way too vinegary. This tastes like the version of Tabasco that I wanted Tabasco to be. Like it's got some good heat, got a pepper flavor to it. Like you are just tasting pepper. That's about it. And you know what? That's what I want.
Yeah, a little bit of vinegar, but it's super light. Like you said, compared to Tabasco, which is like salad dressing level of vinegar.
You could like you said, you could dress a salad with Tabasco. I want when I'm wanting a hot sauce, I want to taste pepper.
Yeah, for sure. So that's pretty good. Now we've made it a third of the way through, and obviously nobody's suffering. We've all picked low hitters for our first few dips into the hot wing foray, as it were. And I just got to ask you guys. Now, all of you guys play 40K. Michael, you play some Age of Sigmar as well. With 9th edition coming out, what's that?
I mean, poorly, yeah.
Well, nobody's making claims of skill, right?
Okay, good. Yeah, then definitely I play that game.
Excellent. But with some new codexes coming out and with 9th edition, what are you guys playing nowadays? Alex, what armies are you playing lately, if any?
I mean, I've said this before, but I mean, I can count the number of games of 9th edition I've had on one hand and have fingers left over, but I ostensibly play Dark Angels and Deathwatch.
Nice.
Those are my two armies that I love the most. I also happen to have a bag of unpainted, unprimed Blades of Corn for Age of Sigmar that I would love to play at some point, but that would involve not having 40K projects ready to go.
Fair enough. And it's funny. Now, you and I have played games a few times, but each time it has been against your Deathwatch. Always fun games, always a great opponent. And what I found is that we have, very back and forth games. I can think back to the last time you and I played where I thought I had you, and then boom, you came around and it swung back, and then it came back, and it was just so back and forth. And to me, those are the super fun games. Now, I've also played against Michael Timpey. It wasn't a back and forth game. It was basically getting my shit pushed in. For a while. Still a fun game, still a great guy to play, great conversation. But Mike, you're a pretty serious player when it comes to 40K. You're a very skilled player. What are you playing in this edition, and have you been able to get some games in as well?
Yeah, a little bit more than these guys, but not by a whole bunch. It's been all Necrons, especially since we got our new Codex. I'm extremely enthused with that new book, and I'm doubling down on that. I kept my old Necron army, and I have an entire box of replacement units ready to go because I want to do a nice new paint scheme.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. So you're not only excited to play the old stuff, you're like, no, I'm so into Necrons, I'm going to build a new Necron army for the new edition. Yes. I love it. I love it. And those of them that follow me on In Your Face Media know that I am a recent but massive Necron collector. And so I'm also looking forward to getting some games in with my Necrons. And Will, now when I think of playing against you in tournaments, and certainly the many tournaments that you've attended that I've ran, more often than not, I think of you as playing the army that Mike had in the previous tournament. So what are you playing nowadays? and
100%.
And are you getting any games in?
So I would reach over to my bookshelf and pull down my Necron Codex to show it to you, because I did actually pre-order both the Necron and the Space Marine Codex because, hey, I bought 2 Indominus boxes, and unlike most people, I didn't eBay the Necron half of it. So I figured, you know what,
Nice.
I will actually start trying to give them a shot.
I didn't eBay the Necron half. I just traded it to Mike for his Space Marines.
Yeah,
I got 2
Indominus boxes worth of Necrons.
I got 2 Space Marine chapters worth of shit that I got mouths to feed, dog.
Hey,
that's entirely fair.
I'm in the same place as you guys. I bought 2 Indomitus sets because I play Marines and now I play Necrons. so I'm there. And hey, let's face it. I fired up some Invader ATVs.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Looking snazzy.
Yep.
So, in addition to that, I also play Space Wolves, which I got thanks to Mike. That was his way of getting me into playing 40K. Was here, take this army, play it, learn to love it. And now that they've got their index, I'm actually very happy with the direction that they seem to be going. In addition to that, I also have orcs and custodes that I can pull from. But primarily this year, it's basically going to be the year of Space Wolves, and if I get some Necrons together, trying them out as well.
Nice. That sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah, and I myself, of course, continuing, just finished off my Johnny Marine army. In fact, I did a tutorial where I lit up some more
nice.
Of the new Primaris spikes, and so I'm going to continue with that. But then I'm also at the same time, right over here are the pieces of my Skorpek Destroyer Lord that I'm building, and I'm also lighting that guy up. So
is that the one you built last night or the night before?
The other day on last Wednesday, that was the one I was working on. Yeah, exactly. Man, I tell you what, I'm excited to see what I do with this guy. It's going to be a one-off build, but as you saw, if you were watching the stream at all, I don't even have any plans. I'm literally just freeforming, like, oh, this looks like it'll be cool. You know how it is. You just got to let the streams go.
Speaking of stuff we're working on, this is a dude. He's not.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Sure,
I can see it. Yeah, there we go.
The
I'm
weapon
sure
from the Deathwing Knights kit.
Yeah, he is a Deathwing Knight.
Okay.
I've got 5 of them here. They are almost done. I just have their shield arms that I got to do.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm sure at this point people are very familiar with those since Dark Angel players filled in like 10 of them in every list.
Tony put up 10 for $100 in the commission thing right when they launched those rules.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually tempted to buy them too.
It looked all right? Those Forge Rule shoulder pads?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's funny. I actually don't have very much Deathwing myself. I had a massive Deathwing army, like all Dark Angels players, right? Dark Angels players like myself. But a couple years ago, one of my friend's son was getting into Warhammer, one of these, let's put the kid on the right path kind of things, and they didn't have a lot of money. So I'm like, you know what? I never played with these Terminators, and I took up all the Deathwing Terminators I had, mostly not painted, and just gave them all to this kid so he'd have a cool starting army. Because Terminators, right? If you're a kid getting into the game, Terminators are cool. So that's what happened.
Funny Deathwing story, funny Deathwing story for me also includes Mike. I think it was back in 5th edition.
Fifth.
Back in 5th edition. So I love the Dark Angels. They are by far my favorite my favorite full-on chapter of Space Marines. And
sure, I'm with you.
Mike had heard me talk about doing a Deathwing army for years, right? And 1 year for my birthday, I want to say, he gives me a commissioned all Deathwing army.
Yeah, it was 40 painted Terminators, painted and based.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
That entire year, every tournament we went to, I just had this army of 30, 40 Terminators that either won big or lost big, but it was fun to play.
Oh yeah, that would be amazing. In fact, that was the edition where they got to drop down, you could null deploy almost the whole army or whatever, bring them in on the backs of some Raven Wing for some no scatter. Because I did do the Deathwing Raven Wing combo for a while.
Split wing. Yep.
Yeah. A lot of fun.
I just went pure Deathwing, and I was just I did the Deathwing Assault, held them all in reserves, was just no deploy, you go, and then I just deep struck all of my stuff down.
Nice. That is nice. I tell you, I'm a huge fan, and I'm gonna jump over here real quick and bust out my
Oh,
Azrael.
Camera. There we go.
nice.
Old school Azrael going on there.
Fighting him.
And of course, a Watcher in the
Oh,
Dark.
dark.
Oh.
And the Watchers in the Dark now have baller new rules. That's like a mini anti-psyker, right? That's just so cool. I'm loving it.
So I actually remember that model from the first game you and I played.
Oh yeah.
Because you had that castle in the back with the two Scorpius whirlwinds.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Oh yeah. Okay. You remember when I was playing that? Man, I was having a lot of fun with the Azzy Castle Dark Angels. They had a place at that point in the game, so that was nice. So speaking about place, let's continue our game of climbing this hot wing ladder. And we've all four of us have eaten a couple mild wings, and I'm hoping that as we go into wing number 3, that we're gonna crank that heat up just a hair.
Mhm.
And for myself, let me see what I got to choose from here. You know, it's funny. I'm looking at these labels, and I just realized that. Okay, there's apple barbecue. Here's the one. I have some mango habanero that I'm gonna bust out for this wing right here. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and dip a wing in, get a nice big slathering on there. And Alex, what are you gonna throw down on your wing this time?
So I'm going to go with another hot one sauce, Los Calientes Rojos.
Ooh, okay.
This is an amazing little taco sauce.
Right, the hot red sauce. We like that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm assuming that's what that means. I mean, I did grow up in California, so I have some osmosis of basic Spanish understanding, especially relative to foods. But that's about it.
I got a D in Spanish class.
Nice. I got a D in German class. So not only has knowing German been proven to be fairly useless, even if I was able to use it, I didn't speak it well enough to actually make it useful. And I joke, but as you guys probably know, I actually work for a company literally selling German equipment, and I train people on how to use German software. Too funny. But luckily I have a German name, and so it's enough, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so Michael, what are you going to put on your second wing?
I'm gonna throw down this.
Or third wing, excuse me.
There we go. Oh.
Ooh, what is that? I couldn't read the name, but the label looked pretty kinky.
It's called Goat Rider.
Okay.
Goat pepper. Yeah. Yep. This is they use ghost pepper for their heat. So
Nice.
Okay.
this
Ghost
moves up
pepper is
to
very
40
nice.
This moves up to 43,000 Scoville.
43,000.
It's
Very
starting to
nice.
get a little interesting now.
That's pretty good. That's about like the Quayana peppers that we usually do as our second or third pepper on the ladder challenge. That's where you're starting to get into that more serious heat level. Like a lot of people fall off before that heat level. How about you, Will? What ultra hot sauce are you going to bring to the table for number 3 here?
So the third that I managed to scrounge from my fridge was the
Oreo
classic
ice cream cookie.
Tapatio. Have you ever been to a taqueria anywhere in California? Then you have
Never.
seen this bottle on the table, and it is delicious. I will tell you that.
That's right.
It's not bad.
It is not.
Tapatio's good stuff. Not very vinegary. It actually has kind of that. Well, I'll let you describe it in a minute. Let's not bust it for the listeners. Okay, everybody, let's go ahead and pop those wings in and let's see what we get.
Immediately hotter than the other two.
Same here. Everyone gets to enjoy watching us chew. So,
Yeah,
I gotta say-
I'm shooting myself because nobody wants to hear me chew.
that mango habanero was really good. The heat cranked up. I'm going to say it's about 15,000 Scovilles. You know, they're not going to go too hot on a commercial sauce from a place like this. But that was definitely a pleasant heat. That's the kind of sauce I could dunk all day long, all day, every day, nonstop, and just go for it. So that was really good. So that was the Just Wings Mango Habanero. Now,
Nice.
Michael, You haven't talked first yet, so on our third wing, why don't you tell me a little bit about what's going on in your mouth there?
Yeah, it's just hotter. I don't know that I care for it per se.
The
It's
flavor, maybe?
vinegar, maple syrup, cayenne, and ghost pepper. I kind of see what they're trying to do, but these kinds of sort of sweeter sauces aren't usually my thing.
Mm.
And I can see the molasses and the cayenne and all that. I mean, I like the heat of it, but from a flavor perspective, it's not really my jam. So,
Yeah.
So the goat rider is not happening.
nah.
I hear
Happy
you.
riding that goat.
Yeah. That's too bad. That is too bad. Alex, why don't you tell us a little bit about what's going on over there for you?
So I looked up the Los Calientes Rojo. That's also in the like 49,000 range, and it's got a blend of jalapeno and habanero peppers. And you can get a lot of that. It's very peppery. It's got that plus some cayenne, plus some black pepper, a little bit of onion in there. But it's when I say it's a great taco sauce, it's a fantastic taco sauce. Like when we made shredded chicken tacos the other night, we actually put a bunch of that in the cauldron of our pressure cooker, along with like some chicken stock and some other taco seasonings, just to kind of give it that little bit of heat, and it's amazing. Like it's funny that you guys had Frank's had Red Hot, because I put that shit on everything that comes from a taco.
Fair enough.
There you go.
Yeah,
I'm always a fan of a good taco sauce.
Cholula.
Sorry, what was that, Mike?
Cholula is that one for me.
Yeah. Oh man, I wish I had some Cholula.
Yeah, you put it. It's in every taqueria, and that's my like. Hey, this is the generic red sauce. Throw this on.
Right? Yeah, it's funny. There's a lot of times it's almost like a competition. Do they have the Cholula or do they have the Tapatía? But the good places have both.
My favorite, though,
Yes.
actually, when they have it, is Valentina.
Oh, I've had that before too.
Valentina's great.
Actually, speaking of taqueria, my favorite hot sauce that I've ever had at a taqueria was I was hanging out with Mike once. I think we were in Fremont. We went to this little hole-in-the-wall taqueria that Mike had been to a few times, and he's like, "I want you to come here, and I want you to try out, their food." And he's like, "I also want you to try out their hot sauces, because they apparently had some spicy stuff." So I go up there, I get a burrito and some chips, and I'm like, "Let me get some of that. Let me get some hot sauce." He's like, "Well, what do you want? You want mild, medium, or spicy?" I'm like, "Give me spicy." He's like, "Are you sure? Like you're very white, like painful." "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sure." And I get it, and I bring it over to the table, and Mike's like, "Oh, you got the spicy stuff?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, I did." And it was spicy. It cleared out the sinuses. Like, the dude was not fucking around. So
Right.
but it was good.
Oh, that's
It was
good.
really good.
That does sound good. That sounds delicious. How about you, Will? What did you have, and what was it tasting like for you?
So I had the Tapatio, and basically, I like to I think of it as like basically being just kind of like a level above Frank's Red Hot, because Frank's still has kind of that hint of vinegar. With Tapatio, you're basically just getting pepper, and that's kind of what you want from that salsa roja, the classic red drippy salsa that you put on every taco, every quesadilla, every that to me tastes like Mexican food. Like,
Oh yeah, I have to agree. Yeah, Tapatio, delicious. He said not too vinegary. To me, it always has that more of a smoky flavor to it.
yeah.
And again, that strong peppery flavor. I grew up with Tapatio. Grew up here in San Jose, South Bay, and it was everywhere I went. All my friends have it. Go to my friend's house. It was always on the table. Lots of mamas putting it out there. So for me, it was just kind of a staple. Almost like sriracha. I'll be honest with you. That's another one that has just been a staple at friends' houses and places that I've grown up eating. And so unfortunately, I realized that I did not bring any sriracha to the table. So that would have been a nice little classic hot sauce to give a try to. So darn on that. But you know what? I myself am ready to push on to that fourth wing, and much to Mike's delight, he'll see that I actually did choose The Cholula.
Ah, yeah.
The garlic, in fact,
The good
as
stuff.
my
One of that. Tell me if it's good.
It is. Oh, I already know it's good. Pulled that out of my fridge. Let me just slather that onto a wing there. And while I actually start munching on this bad boy, Mike, what are you going to have next?
I'm bringing Heartbeat back in. I want to say also that I love their bottles. They're plastic bottles. They have squeeze tops, and you get 1 extra ounce. Typically, a hot sauce comes in 5 ounces. They give you 6.
Yep.
So that's nice. Good on you, Heartbeat. Other hot sauces, you can use plastic bottle technology. It doesn't seem hard. So, yeah, this one is the Scorpion.
Ooh.
Scorpion.
Sounds
It just says
spicy.
Scorpion on it.
Yeah, and it's
Up to a scorpion.
66. It's 66,000 Scoville.
That's some heat. Will, what are you going to try for round 4 here?
So, to anybody who's lived in the Bay Area, you may or may not know the delicious orange sauce from La Vic's.
Oh, yeah.
It is one of my favorite sauces, and we have one that's about 15 minutes away from us. I will drive there specifically to get food just so that I can get a bottle of their orange sauce, because that's how much I love their sauce.
Allegedly, those kept showing up in my fridge in college before they sold those bottles. I don't know how.
Yeah, I have no idea how people could have gotten that. Like,
it was really helpful for my eating of nachos and burritos and tacos at home. Good.
Nice. And Alex, what are you going to pop down for round 4?
So this is High River Sauce's Chiba Gold. So
Chiba Gold, huh?
Like peaches and Scotch bonnets. It's also
yeah?
Yeah, it comes out pretty chunky. It's in the like 50 to 60,000 Scoville range. So It's got a little bit of heat to it. But all right.
Very nice. That sounds good. Well, without further ado, let's dive in. I already ate mine with the Cholula, but man, that garlic Cholula is so good. I'm going to have another bite real quick. Delicious. So as you would expect, Cholula, very similar to Tapatio. To me, it's just a little bit smokier, a little bit hotter than Tapatio typically is. And this garlic one has a super strong overtone of garlic. Like you taste that garlic. It's on the front end, it's through the middle, and now that the spice is gone, I'm still left with a big garlicky woof in my mouth. So that is a lot of garlic flavor. That is yummy. And Will, how are you doing there? Oh, you're still chewing a little bit. Looks like Michael's done chewing though. What's going on in your mouth, Mike?
This one's great. It's after the last one, especially. I know this is supposed to be hotter. It's about 20,000 Scoville more, but it feels about the same level of heat, and the depth of flavor is much more interesting. They're using 4 or 5 different peppers. It says habanero, red pepper, Trinidad scorpions, adobo, the red chipotle pepper. Yeah, so that's really cool, and lots of citrus flavors. So I like that a lot. It's not sweet; it's just tangy, and it's weirdly mellow. I would consider this like easily a daily driver sauce. This would be no problem at all.
So there couldn't be too much of that Trinidad scorpion, because last year, if you walk on my YouTube channel, I actually ate with a couple friends an actual Trinidad scorpion, and I threw up. I was gagging. It's the only time I've ate a pepper where the experience was so hot that I was actually concerned for my safety. Like, I was like, wow, what is going on? And then, I had to like tell myself, okay, you're going to be okay. It's just a hot pepper. You're not dying no matter what you think. It's only going to last 10 or 15 minutes. And it like took me to like mentally grab control of myself to calm down. That's what it was like eating an actual Trinidad scorpion pepper. And I've eaten, I eat 1 million Scovilles. I've eaten 2 million. I don't know what the heat was on that pepper. It was grown by a buddy of mine in Arizona, but by God, it's the hottest thing that's ever come near my face, and I was dumb enough to put it in my mouth. So, so that's what's going on. Alex, what's going on here for you on round 4 that we're on?
So yeah, like I said, it's Shiba Gold. Shiba Gold is another one of those kind of like sweet, spicy. This is, you definitely get a lot of the peach. Thankfully, the Scotch bonnets, being the way they're flavored, they actually play really well with a sweeter like co-pilot basically. But it's definitely in the like 60 to 70 range. It's definitely a lot hotter than the Los Calientes Rojos.
Right.
A lot of kick to it. But
and at this point, we're like way beyond Tabasco or anything like that.
Yeah, no. This is what Tabasco wishes it was.
And you look like you're suffering a little over there, buddy. I see you. You speaking in shortened sentences there. Your face is turning a little flush. Are you still going to be with us? Yeah, you. Yeah, right. Am I right, guys? Yeah, and look at you too, Mike. So, what do you think?
I think
Are you guys?
Will's been comatose and just sitting as the background of his Zoom there. I thought he maybe switched it over to a picture.
No, I'm still here.
He doesn't have anything to wake him up. He doesn't have any spice. Like we're jamming stuff in our mouth. We're like, bam, we're getting more and more awake.
I got some nice flavor, but yeah, there wasn't an extreme amount of heat there. I was planning on having that being one of my starters.
Hey, now I gotta. Will, do you have like a toothpick or a fork or something handy? Because I'm thinking maybe on the next one, what you can do is you do the hot sauce and then just jam a toothpick into your tongue, and it's not exactly the same, but it might be in the same equivalency of what's going on with our next range.
I mean, I did just go to the dentist today to have them drill into my teeth, so I could just see about like slamming that like just like punching myself in the mouth right where they would to drill my teeth today. That might give me some.
Oh yeah.
Wait a second. So not only have you had a shipping accident that has limited the heat, you've actually had a doctor inject your mouth with Novocaine in preparation for this hot wing show. Guys, what did you tell him we were gonna do?
My joke was that I was just gonna send him 6 bottles of the last dab. So everyone was the last dab.
Nice.
I was in charge of ordering his hot sauces. I was very tempted.
If you'd thrown a thing of the last dab, I would have tried it. I would have hated myself, but I would have tried it.
You gotta. The thing is, you can always put something in your mouth once.
I mean, I don't know if that's.
I've learned that lesson the hard way.
This is John's Tinder tips.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, guys, what do you think? We ready for round 5? We ready to crank it up? Now, round 5 is where things should start getting a little hotter for us. Now, for me, my next door neighbor, Tony, he's been my next door neighbor for 16 years. Great neighbor. We both started growing peppers at about the same time. And every year, as we both buy pepper plants, we actually share plants and share peppers back and forth. And we don't really try to one-up each other, but we do share a love of peppers. And earlier this year, he told me that his mom gave him this hot sauce that she really likes using. And near as I can tell, it is basically habaneros blended up in a bottle. So it is pretty much straight habaneros. This stuff, I would hazard the Scoville rating. After I slam a bunch in my mouth, I'll take a guess at it. But I'm going to go ahead and get a nice big old gloop of that going on. And Alex, what are you going to do for round 5 here?
Well, so this isn't necessarily my favorite to throw on chicken. It works better on like roast beef and stuff like that. But headless horseradish. This stuff. This is another one of my go-tos. This is amazing.
Nice. Oh, I like the idea. And there's real horseradish in it, right?
Oh yeah. It's definitely that horsey sauce that you want to have on like a roast beef sandwich or I mean, frankly, I put it on anything that's red meat.
Oh, that sounds great. And that horseradish, of course, brings that that sharper nasal blast that you can get with a heavy wasabi or a heavy horseradish. Kind of just shoots right up there. The Chinese mustard will do that for you too. Whereas a lot of times that pepper will kind of come back on you. So that's kind of an interesting combo that they put together there. Will, what are you going to be able to bring to the table for round 5?
So for round 5, I'm actually going to duck out to see if they've actually delivered my hot sauces, because they said it was supposed to be here by 8, but the guy wasn't even here yet. So I'm going to try and find out if they've actually delivered them, and if not, I'll have to come back with some other hot sauce, because I only managed to find 4 the first round.
Okay, fair enough. So he's going to go on a mission. He might be knocking on neighbors' doors. I recommend if you have any Indian neighbors or Mexican neighbors, perhaps you could hit them up. Hopefully you already have a good relationship with your neighbors.
Suitable substitute, Will.
Yeah, right?
Challenge. Yeah.
So without further ado, those of us that are left, you can see I put plenty of that habanero sauce on there.
I didn't talk about mine here.
Oh, I'm sorry,
yeah.
Mike. I forgot calling you. What are you bringing to the table?
Hellfire Detroit.
Oh, wait, is that a bourbon?
Bourbon habanero ghost.
Whoa.
That sounds good. I might have to try that.
It's chilling at 89,000 Scoville. I looked up your sauce, John. It's just a bit over 76,000.
Okay, nice. Very nice. Thank you very much.
He decides to do spice dick measuring.
No, yeah, well, if I need to measure my dick, I'll go grab a 7-pot brain strain that's 2 million in the other room. But as you guys laugh at me as I twitch on the ground, there's no equivalent, right?
I need one of those original BFG red rulers that came in the starter box.
Yeah, right?
It's the only appropriate tool for doing that.
You mean the ones
That's
we
right.
each other with?
Shall we do it? Let's do it.
It hurts so bad. All right. Sauce time.
That's good. Hey, another bite of that.
Yeah, it's a bit hotter.
I see the silence on your face, Mike.
Yeah.
Horsey sauce.
So mine, it really tastes like I put a puree of habanero peppers across the top of my wing. Great green pepper flavor. A little bit of vinegar in there, probably as a preservative. You said it was 76,000 Scovilles. Plenty hot. I have been using this for a while. There's about half the bottle left. Love it slathered on tacos. It is my taco sauce of choice. So pretty good with that one. I see Alex going for the bailout. Had to take a drink.
I've been drinking the whole time. There's no bailout.
Yeah, there's no bailout.
There's no bailout, huh? I mean, I'm drinking water, so.
I've got 3 drinks ready to go.
Yeah.
Because this next sauce is the hottest thing I've ever eaten.
I already killed my cup of Dr. Pepper.
Actually, did you send me any peppers over 500K, John?
No, I did not. The hottest I sent you was 300.
This is the hottest thing I've ever eaten, period. Other than cool. The Reaper, right? How much is the Reaper?
The Reaper would have been about $1 million.
Okay, so never mind. I've eaten the Reaper, but this is definitely one of the hottest sauces I've ever used. So
nice. But before, not talking about the next one, number 5 that you just had. What was that like? Tell us about that sauce.
Not bad. It's like a peppery, smoky. It's like a long, lingering heat.
Very nice.
And it tastes good. It's a good sauce for what it is. Mm-hmm. I'm struggling to think of what I would just throw this on to enhance something, but it's definitely not bad. So far, the only one I haven't liked is the goat one.
Would you put that on like a burger? Because that's the first thing.
No way.
Bourbon.
No. You know, maybe when
it seems to suggest
some beef tips.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, still some steaky kind of a thing, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Very nice. And of course, bourbon chicken is actually good too. So maybe over there on some grilled chicken might be nice and tasty. How about you, Alex? You actually seem to suffer a little more on the previous one from what I was observing than this one, but I don't know what's going on in your mouth. So you tell me, how was this for you?
I know that's definitely a lot hotter, and like anytime you do like wasabi or horseradish, it really is just the however much you put on there. So I kind of doused that wing a little bit,
Nice.
and it definitely was just the like reach down my throat, reach up my nose, and just was like, fuck you. I love horseradish, and like I don't really like it on chicken all that much, but this was definitely it's like most horseradish sauces. It's a creamier sauce. It's actually got a little bit of that ghost pepper in there too.
Okay.
So
Enough to where you're like questioning your choices when you put it in your mouth, or enough to where you're like, oh yeah,
God.
okay.
I literally put a bunch of that on a roast beef sandwich I had for lunch today. So
Okay.
no, there's a reason that's one of my go-tos. I love that stuff.
That does sound good. Just the idea of horseradish and pepper sounds really, really tasty for me. So while we wait to see if Will comes back with some hot sauce and stuff, tell me a little bit, guys. So you guys are the High Lords of Terra, which is, of course, a podcast. Is this an audio only, video only, combo, multimedia? What are you guys doing nowadays?
Audio only. Yeah,
Audio only.
We haven't utilized the video technology. Who wants to see this?
Okay.
Well, we'll see what happens. That might be the first
out,
premiere.
We come out once a month, and it's usually about an hour long. And generally, the differentiator for us is that we get along really well. And so we've known each other a long time. We bust some balls, and we each are kind of good in our own specific ways.
Yeah.
I think we each bring in kind of an interesting perspective on the game, right?
And I mean, like, we don't want to do video because, let's be perfectly honest, who wants to look at my great value brand Bam Bam Bigelow looking ass?
Oh, that's wonderful. And folks, if you have not listened to the High Lords of Terra, that's the exact kind of ball busting that you would expect to hear. A little self-deprecation, a little bit of shit thrown back and forth. And really, the topics seem to swing between let's talk about Necrons for 3 episodes in a row. I mean, let's talk about Necrons, or what's new, what's hot, what's interesting. But really, it's a group of friends having a great conversation about Warhammer. And that's when I've listened to your show, that's what I feel like. It literally feels like I'm hanging out with you guys at a tournament, and it's lunchtime and we're shooting the shit about what we love to talk about. And what are you guys what is that what you generally are going for, or what is the topic and theme that you're going for here?
So it's funny you mentioned that. Like, the entire original impetus for this was, so we would all get together, we'd all go to, like, before COVID, right? We'd all go to a buddy of ours' place on like a Saturday, and we'd all get together for board games. And since Mike and Will had gotten back into 8th edition at the time, and they were trying to drag me back into the hobby, and I was very much the I don't know, I've played a bunch of editions of 40K, I don't know if I want to come back. And then they eventually talked me into it. And then but like a lot of those conversations that we'd have about 40K, we'd have at our friend Matt's place. And he one day, just kind of off the cuff, suggested that we do a podcast. And I pitched it to Mike, and Mike, doing what he normally does, just ran with it.
Nice.
He was just like, that's a great idea. And then just put in, 2 or 3 weeks worth of just solid work of like getting mics and getting audio setups and doing research. And he was just like, all right, we're going to start recording this day. And we're like, okay.
Nice. Now, do you guys all get together in one place and record, or are you doing like a remote recording? What's your format?
Pre-COVID, we get together, and then we started doing more remote episodes because our schedules. Every once in a while, we'll all be together, especially at tournaments.
Yeah. Yeah. The tournament episodes are actually a lot of fun because we'll sometimes get a special guest, especially like this last year when we got that, like when we got to the culmination of Mike's journey to the top of the Necron heap. And we got him, Euless, and Dino.
Yep.
Okay.
And that was a great episode too. Having those guys on that episode was fantastic. They're hilarious.
Nice. And that was you guys recorded that at the LVO, right?
Yeah,
we did.
Nice. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. That's one of the funner things that I actually enjoy about this type of podcasting is literally going to tournaments and just engaging with other people. I mean, just like we're recording now, we're talking some Warhammer, we're talking some shit, we're eating some wings and all of that. But the main thing is we're just for me at least, you are guys that I got used to hanging out with, seeing you on a monthly basis, if not more often. As I'm running events or we go to common events, and through COVID. Man, I've hardly seen you guys. So for me, it's just like nice to hang out, see some friends that I'm used to, try to, and honestly, Warhammer friends are some of the best kind of friends because we only get together so often. I mean, not my close friends, but honestly, if we see someone once a month, it's always a treat to see that person once a month. And there's something to be said for that. And you have your friends that you see only at tournaments, and you see them once a year, 2-3 times a year. It is an absolute treat when you see those people. Now I see Mike is. Oh my! Did you lose your voice? He's talking to someone else. I see what's going on. I thought you were just digging on what I was saying. You're like, yeah, man, I'm loving that tournament.
I was digging on that as well, but I'm also preparing for what's to come.
I see.
I'm going into early heart palpitations.
I see what's happening there. Yeah, no, you're trying to re-achieve your Zen mode.
Inner overlord.
To kind of play off of what you were saying, John, I also think it's a treat to see me every couple of months. So
nice. Okay, let's see what we got here. Will is back.
Drum roll, please.
Boom, Will.
Hello. Sadly, the mail still is not here.
Did you raid one of your neighbors on the way back?
So I managed to find one more hot sauce at the very least.
Yes.
Nice.
Will, that's a Tide Pod. Put that down.
Actually, it's sriracha.
Sriracha!
Something that I've never actually had before. So, you know what?
Sriracha's legit. Sriracha is legit. Like, for a lot of people, that is an apex heat experience.
Normally, hot sauce ladders aren't a bell curve, but yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it is actually more than a little disappointing. Like, I was hoping that I would get to try some of this really hot stuff. Like, there are some actual real good ones that like Alex and I sat together and ordered. I'm wondering where the heck these are. Like, our mail is usually here by 4 or 5 o'clock at the latest. I have never seen it get here this late. Like, they've taken my delivery off of the to be delivered at X time and are now just out for delivery.
No, the dude actually realized what was in the box, and he's off enjoying some wings himself. So everybody, I expect that Will's box will eventually arrive, actually. And so what I would say is on your next episode of Lords of Terra, everybody should tune in, because I know that Alex and Michael are going to get Will to do his own little hot sauce ladder to catch up while he's there. So don't worry, that entertainment is going to happen. But now that we're all back at the table,
commit to that.
What's gonna happen is Mike and I will just have wings with ketchup on them, and Will is just gonna have to play catch-up.
Oh, brilliant. They say puns are the highest form of humor, but that wasn't it.
It's because they were. Don't you hate?
Don't you hate? No, it's pretty much. Actually, in 4th grade, I had an English, school teacher. And that was one of the first things she said. She's talking about how puns are the highest form of humor and how you Americans like sarcasm, and that's a very low form of humor. And I'm like, oh, okay, right. So you're already downing on us.
As you get sarcastic with her.
Right, as I get sarcastic with her. Okay, so for me, for round 6, I've busted out the Dark Heart chili sauce, the Abyss, original cayenne, garlic, in roasted nut oils. This is a delicious sauce that my daughter gave me last year for Christmas. I've tried it a bunch of times. I myself love to put big old scoops of it on my eggs and what have you. I've never tried it on chicken wing, so that's what I'm going to do with it. We already know what Will is doing for his last round. He's got some sriracha going on. A minute ago, we saw that Michael was shaking in his boots in fear for what he's doing, so we'll talk to him last. And Alex, what are you going to do for round 5?
I'm also kind of scared because so this is another Torchbearer sauce. This is Garlic Reaper. This is Carolina Reaper. This gets up to 116,000 Scoville.
Okay.
This is basically the upper limit of what I'm comfortable eating, because I can still taste some stuff, but it is hot as balls.
Oh yeah, that is going to be hot.
I
And
told
you know
guys, I told you
what
guys
we know
earlier,
about the Carolina Reaper from last year is that despite the heat, it is actually a delicious pepper with a very complex flavor profile and lots of sweet overtones. So I'll be interested to hear how that translates into that. And Michael, I know I don't want to traumatize you by having to, declare what your next punishment is, but I see the look on your face, and I'm starting to worry for you. So what have you planned for this last round?
Yeah, what do you have planned?
This it's a bit of an escalation. This is Pucker Butt's Chipotle Express, and for some reason they only rated a 4 out of 5 in whatever arcane measurement system they're using. But
You're a bitch.
It's 669,000 Scoville.
Holy moly! Say what?
669,000
Scovilles?
And
that is brutal.
Not only was it shaken with a couple tablespoons in a Ziploc bag like the other ones, but it's traditional on superior YouTube hot wings challenge programs to put extra of the worst one on there. So I've
nondescript hot wings programs.
Very nice. Very nice.
A lot. It comes out very easily for some odd reason. So.
Oh, God.
I am duly impressed. Well, you know what? Right. They say to delay is to be lost. So here you can see I've put a big old schmothering on my wing. Everybody, let's do this.
Oh, no. This is in my mouth for way too long. Why did I put this on a cold wing that takes an hour to chew?
It actually is rougher now that the wings are sitting.
Oh God, I can't. Okay. All right.
Don't touch your face. Don't touch your face.
Oh,
it hurts to breathe.
Well, I think you hit it right on the head, Mike.
Oh,
cold wings, you got to chew them a lot more, and they're spending a lot more time in your mouth. Now, I can tell you, this is the hottest pepper I've had tonight, but it's probably barely cracking the high 50, 60,000 range, 70,000 maybe. Delicious, smoky, sweet, dark heart chili sauce. Highly recommend it. I love it on my eggs. I've spread it on burgers, all that good stuff. It's yummy, but manageable. In fact, my heat level is about the middle of where these guys were. Now, Michael, are you capable of talking yet?
Yeah, I'm here.
How's it going?
Talk to me. Tell me what's going on, man.
This is a horror show. So it's so hot. It is oppressive.
Oh, you sack of
from
shit.
Double digits into the high triple digits was, I guess, the move. And it is.
Now,
it is not pleasant in any way. There is no reason for this sauce to exist.
Now you had to chew on that for a while, and I'm picturing that because you chewed on it, it's not just in your tongue. It's like it's on your gums, it's in your cheeks,
it's everywhere.
Everywhere. It's on your uvula, the whole thing, right?
Yeah, it's making its way to what will be my shattered O-ring in like 20
Fair enough. Is it still getting hotter for you? Is it leveling out?
No. It's the same horrible, terrible heat that it's been the whole time.
So it went boom. It started off, it went boom, I'm here, and it's just going to sit there.
Yeah, it didn't even sneak up on you. There's no introductions. It's just straight to what it does.
Fair enough. And so we'll come back away from the extremes of pain, and we'll come over to Will for a second, because Will, you have a smile on your face like I do, and lots of people know sriracha, delicious red chili sauce. Now it's funny. I probably first tried sriracha in the late 80s, early 90s, and it was introduced to me by a Laotian friend of mine. And I didn't know that it was actually a common product in the store. So I just called it the crazy chicken sauce that my buddy brought over. And so for years, I didn't even know it was sriracha. It was just crazy chicken sauce. Hey, where do I get that crazy chicken sauce? So now that you've tried the crazy chicken sauce, Will, what do you think of sriracha? How is that for you?
I gotta say, it's actually quite pleasant. Like, I am sorry that I'm not going through the same level of horror that my friends are.
Mike and
I'm not quite living up to that.
Sauce.
Don't. And I promise that on the next High Lords of Terra, I will in fact consume the 3 sauces that were acquired for me. So yes, they will get to see they will get to enjoy watching me suffer at least a little bit. Although I don't think I'm going to be quitting quite their levels. But I gotta say, like, it actually has a good flavor to it, and it actually is a little bit like almost sweet.
Yeah, for sure. What do you think? Can you see yourself buying a bottle of sriracha next time you're down at the grocery store?
I could actually see adding that to like the usual, like, throw that in the fridge, because it has a very different flavor than what you get for like the more like Mexican hot sauces, which is where I usually end up going.
Right. I find sriracha is actually really nice if I'm having like chow mein or something like that. Noodles, it's really good on. So yeah, very nice. Now I'm looking over at Alex. And I've been trying to gauge when I think that he looks like he's ready to re-engage with reality, because I can tell that he was in a fugue state for a while. He may have had a partial out-of-body experience. I'm pretty sure I saw him communing with at least 2 of the Aztec gods a second ago, but now he seems to be coming back to us. Alex, talk to us about your journey.
I'll be right back. I need to go sacrifice my roommate to Teo-Chiclan.
Very nice. Very nice.
So yeah, that was. I forgot how hot that fucking sauce was. I told you before when you and I chatted on DMs, like, it's tasty pain. And 100%, you can tell, like, if you're used to that level of heat, like, it's got a really good flavor profile, but fuck me, it's hot. It is.
And that's by the way, you said a big truth there. It is rare for any of these ultra hot peppers, ultra hot foods to not have an amazing flavor profile. It's like riding through the heat is the price you pay to access these kinds of complex flavors.
Oh, sure. And the thing is like, I don't know if Mike shared what I like to call the spicy journey. But I'd say like a couple of years ago, he was very much on the like low end, like Tabasco, Cholula, like that sort of stuff. And then like he and I talked a lot about hot sauces, and like I grew up in a household where we would just put that stuff on. We would cook with Cajun spices, everything would be spicy all the damn time. Like anybody who's had any sort of meal with me knows I load black pepper on anything I put in my word hole. And so Mike decided he's just going to start escalating and increasing his capsaicin tolerance to the point where, dude's putting wings that are, wings of death with 300K Scoville hot sauce.
600K.
Oh, I'm sorry, 600K. I did not mean to underscore that. Like, I've never had anything that hot. And like this, like I said, this is the upper end of what I'll have. And yeah, I don't know if that's going to be something I'll use all that much.
Now, I've heard a very different story here, though. I mean, Alex, you're like, man, that's at my limit. I'm not going to use that very much, but that says to me you are going to use it. I'm looking over here at Michael right now, and earlier he was the mighty Necron overlord, and now he's like a cryptech at best, right? So he's been demoted by that last hot sauce. What's going on in your mouth nowadays?
I've downgraded to flayed one.
Oh no! Oh no!
Automaton.
It's exactly the same heat levels when it started. Nothing changed.
Oh man, it hasn't receded. Nothing. Huh? You're just sitting there suffering. Nope. Oh, that's the worst. Nope. And I'll tell you what, that right there is exactly why I myself am not actually a fan of hot sauce. I told you that going into this, is that though I love hot fresh peppers, I eat all ranges. I have video evidence of me eating all kinds of hot peppers. Hot sauces I've always liked in that more mellow range, because a hot sauce is, even though you're talking 600,000 Scovilles, I guarantee you that is a hotter experience than eating like a 1 or 2 mil, well, maybe not a 2 million, but like a 1 million Scoville pepper, because it is going to be a curve. You're going to bite in, it's going to rise, it's going to float down, and it has the natural balances because it is still a fruit, is a natural type of thing. When you start getting the hot sauces where they're taking multiple ingredients, multiple peppers, and they're isolating them, they're distilling them, they're concentrating them, and you end up with something in your mouth that is potentially different chemicals that weren't meant to go together in nature, and it creates a chemical warfare in your mouth. And my gosh, Mike, you know what? If I didn't know better, I would think you just jogged a mile in the sun, because your face is flushed right now. You're sweating a little bit.
So as someone who's known Mike for probably close to 2 decades now.
Okay.
That is just.
So you guys met each other when you were like 40, then, right?
Yeah, roughly. Yeah. Fuck you. So yeah, no. That is the expression on his face like 90% of the time.
Okay. wait a second. What are you actually saying?
a little bit sweaty and winded is just my MO. Yeah.
No, just the business face all the time.
Oh, that's great. That is great. Yeah, I only saw that during deployment. After that, he was like, "I got this," and he was smiling. So.
Yeah, no. Seriously, like if you go out, you go out to drinks with Mike, you go out to dinner with Mike. He's a very personable kind of guy.
Absolutely.
God help you if you have to deploy against him in a game of 40K. Because it will just be. Okay, list. What does that do? Okay.
It's the worst.
I rolled the dice.
Yeah.
Like, you are playing against an actual Necron fucking overlord. He is a murder bot sent from the future to win games of 40K.
The worst is when he knows your Codex better than you do.
I
will quote the name of the artifact when you say the effect.
Yeah,
Yes.
And I know the name of the bullshit. It's pretty funny.
Like I already know
that actually comes not from any other place that I can tell, from the fact that you actually own pretty much damn near every army. The armies I see from you are painted beautifully. You are a very talented artist and skilled painter as far as that goes. And
also,
literally,
commission work too.
Yeah, well, there's that. And as you come to event after event, you are always mixing up what you're playing. Well, not always, but frequently mixing up what you're playing. And to me, that's kind of the sign of the master player, is somebody who can play a lot of different armies well. I mean, I play a lot of different armies badly, but somebody who plays a lot of different armies well, is always impressive. So, Mike, how do you do that? Are you spending a lot of time just studying all these different rules? Is it osmosis? Do you just watch battle reports and that's all you need? What's your secret?
When I was good at 40K, what I was doing was I was listening to a lot of podcasts. I would watch a couple of battle streams, battle reports. I'm on the Best in Faction Discord. There's some really, really good folks on there. And I've also had the opportunity to play against some really good players. And when you get to interact with those folks and you're nice enough, they'll chat with you on occasion, and it's just good to be able to run past them. As of right now, I'm only playing Necrons for the foreseeable future. So we got our new book, and I'm going to be just hanging out with those metal boys. So should be fun. I think they have enough diversity in their codex now. They increased the model range by about 50%.
Yeah, so there's a lot more models. I was surprised to only see 5 core units, though.
And that's, actually, that's fine. That's great. I know a lot of our stuff triggers off that core, but to be honest with you, I think it's a great book. When I picked it up, I saw 4 different ways to play it right off the bat.
Nice.
It feels really good to see that.
I myself, I chose, even though I bought my Necron army over the summer, I chose not to read the old Necron book. I glanced at it, but really didn't read it because I wanted to go right into this one as a brand new learner, looking at Necron rules for the first time. And I can say, as a really a new Necron player, I'm amazed. There's a lot more interesting fluff in there than I thought there was. The models themselves, now that I'm looking at them up close and in person, have a lot more detail and a lot more character, are really much cooler than I thought they were. And yeah, I know that I am just having beginner ideas on Necron list building, but nonetheless, some of the ideas I'm putting together, I'm like, oh yeah, I think this is going to be nasty. This is tricky. This is going to work. So I'm for one, I'm very much looking forward to playing them on the tabletop. What about you guys, Alex and Will? We got new Space Marine codexes. We got new Dark Angels codex, right? Dark Angels are arguably the strongest or one of the strongest factions in all of 40K right now. They're certainly top tier as far as that goes, right? So you guys looking forward to getting some games in? I know we don't have any tournaments coming up. We don't have any game stores to go to. What are you guys doing to get your games on?
What's funny is I'm actually more excited to work on my Death Watch.
Oh, nice.
I'm thinking once I get these Deathwing Knights off my table, I'm going to that'll probably be sometime in November, which means I'll get my new book. So I'll get to probably yank the heavy bolters off of my veterans and throw some Infernus heavy bolters on them.
Oh, okay.
Finally paint up. I may even just paint up all 3 of my Corvus Black Stars. I was telling Mike the other day, I'm pretty sure we've got somebody at like GW Developmental or Design that is a fan of the podcast, because everything I've bitched about for Death Watch basically got fixed.
Wow, really? Okay. And it's funny, you never know, right? You just never know.
You never know.
Harness heavy bolters aren't bad. Frag cannons aren't overcosted.
Death Watch shotgun.
Death Watch shotgun doesn't suck, but I've never complained about that because I don't like it.
Wait. What's the Death Watch shotgun? Is it like the Marine shotgun?
No.
Oh, no. It's the Marine shotgun, but better.
It has 3 different profiles.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know this.
Also, I don't know why he doesn't like them. They look so badass on the models.
They're actually really cool. I just do it to bust Mike's balls. Because he's been talking about Death Watch shotguns for like 3 years.
Okay. So what was good just got better then?
Oh, no.
They
They're
were never good. Now it's usable.
Yeah. Now they're actually pretty decent. Mostly because they're Assault 2, 18 inches, and they have a profile that's 2 damage.
Oh, 2 damage. Yeah, as long as 2 damage is a big deal nowadays, as well as AP, right? It gets you through those so many 2-wound models, the Primaris, all of that, even basic Marines, and then a lot of stuff has a feel no pain. 1-wound models with a feel no pain. You can chew through those pretty consistently with 2 damage, all of that kind of stuff. So that seems to be the modus, as it were.
But yeah, I think the next thing I try out is going to be what was it? 2 veteran squads with 4 Infernus heavy bolters and a sergeant with combi flamer, and put both of those squads, maybe with a watch captain, into a Corvus Black Star.
Nice.
Not something I thought I'd ever say 6 months ago.
Okay, fair. Nonetheless, Corvus Black Star's amazing model. I've never known them to really suck. They're not the best. They're not an Eldar flyer, but for a Marine flyer, they're pretty darn good.
The problem is they never had Power of the Machine Spirit, so they...
Oh, they didn't, and they do now?
Yeah, well, they don't need it. They're a vehicle.
Oh, right, of course.
So, but yeah, so I'm really looking forward to it. Plus, they're also fairly reasonably priced now.
They also look really cool.
I love
they
the models.
They're easily the coolest looking Marine flyer.
Like to me, when I look at that flyer, I think of the ship from Alien, and I
Or
picture that as
Terminator 2.
as the fighter that's like accompanying it as it's going in.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. What about you, Will? What are you looking forward to? What are you doing? Are you getting any games in?
So haven't had any games in since the new books have come out and those new releases, just because it's been a little bit too recent for that. And as you said, thanks to the events going on, it's kind of hard to get games in. But I'm definitely looking forward to getting some in now with the new Space Wolf rules. I gotta say, I'm really liking the changes that they made to them. Like, there were some people who were complaining about it, and I'm incredibly sad that those 10 Wolfen that I have are not going to be seeing the table at least until the Codex comes out, and if they get anything to improve them. But I'm heartened by the fact that my 9 to 12 Thunderwolf cavalry models that haven't seen the table in like 2 to 3 years are actually going to be played again. Like, I actually want to field an entire unit of them and a couple of characters on them. Like, this is a weird situation to be in. I mean, I even have the old, like, brick in a sock, solid metal Canis Wolfborn that I will actually bring out and put on the tabletop again. Like, this thing is like heavy enough to cause tables to tilt over when you put him down on a corner, and I can't wait to see what he will do to things.
Oh, I play a friend with Space Wolves. He's a Space Wolves maniac, Sean. And he has been a Wolfen madman for the longest time. Every time I go over to the dungeon, his Quonset hut where we play, he said, I'm going to play Space Wolves, and here's all the... And they're going to come in from every table edge, and they're going to just blah, blah, blah. And even when you kill them, they're going to attack again, and blah, blah, blah. And when he sent me the message, well, I guess my Wolfen are going to be on the shelf, I was like, oh, thank goodness. And he says, but now the Thunderwolf Cav is back. I was like, oh, no,
yes.
No.
Yeah, prepare to see people riding wolves. That is going to be like the new hotness, at least for the moment. I mean, it also helps that we have Blood Claws that are just better versions of the Assault Intercessors, and Grey Hunters that are just better versions of the Intercessors, seeing as how they get the Astartes Chainsword. Like, yeah, let's just give them the free extra attacks and the extra wound. Oh, and you can shove them in a Rhino now. Like, or you can shove them in a Rhino or in a drop pod. You know, those things that Primaris Marines really can't do. Right. Because we need those options. We need them.
Marines and Rhinos, baby.
Yep.
Let's move again.
I have a whole bunch of Razor Rhinos that are ready to go.
Add in a couple Predators in the backfield, and you got those Thunderwolf charging up the middle.
Don't get too ahead of yourself.
Hey, I'm just saying.
I said Rhinos. I didn't say Rhino chassis.
Oh, hey! For the longest time, Space Wolves were the only people who had that one Predator like stratagem still around. Like, we were the one faction that got it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's gone now. Right. You don't get to do the 3 Predators and get the cool shoot mode. Yeah.
Yep.
I hated that. That was one more reason I hated Space Wolves.
Yep.
It isn't because I'm a Dark Angels player. That has nothing to do with it. But
okay, John, I feel you.
It's okay, John. We believe you. Just like
right.
It would be totally against any Dark Angel player to lie about their motives. That would not be a thing they would do.
No, that is, the inner circle. The inner circle, which
damn it, I can't.
Some of us have actually been admitted to the inner circle.
Ooh.
And the first rule of the inner circle is always tell the truth. Absolutely. That's it. It's honesty, forthrightness, and openness. In fact, you can see there on the back.
Don't talk about the inner circle.
The broken key represents how we have no secrets, right? Nothing is hidden. That doesn't mean lock the secret away and break the key so it's never seen by public. No, that means no secrets, right? I'm pretty sure that's the symbology of the broken key.
They don't even have passwords.
No, of course not. Of course not.
Their password is password.
There's no password, just blanket enter.
Now, I tell you what, you guys know, and I know you guys do IT and do computers and stuff, and I myself, unfortunately, administer a ridiculous amount of machines too. I have found that when people set no password, that is the hardest one to figure out. I'll go to a company and they're like, how do we reset the password on this software? Such and such left, and we don't know the password. And I'm like, have you tried blank? Hey, that worked. So too fun. Hey guys, I tell you what, it has been awesome talking with you guys this latest time. We went through the Hot Wing Ladder Challenge. We went through 6 different levels of Hot Wings. It has been an amazing evening talking with the High Lords of Terra, Will, Alex, Michael. I look forward to seeing you guys in person once again. I look forward to eating some hot peppers and some hot wings and down in a beer with you guys after rolling some dice. It's going to be at least another week before that happens, maybe 2. But nonetheless, we will be getting together at some point in the future. You guys, last words before we call it a show.
Go ahead, Alex.
Nothing.
Michael.
Oh, me? All right. Hey, thanks for having us on. You should check out John's In Your Phase Network streaming. He is doing something great, and I know it's reasonably new after his previous incarnation, so definitely worth the time. As always, Hammerhead Games. Go there, buy the stuff, and if you're in the Sacramento area, visit the retail store. It's open on the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday right now. So go down there and give Tony all of your money.
Give Tony your money. Give Tony your support. Great guy, great community member.
Speaking
Alex, Will?
Is that a Hammerhead Games tray on your shelf behind you?
Well, yes, it is. It is, as a matter of fact. In fact, I have 2 of them. This is, interestingly enough, and I'll try to do this without causing a disaster here. But this is actually my wife's tray.
Oh.
So this is Donna, the Renegade Firehelm. And, of course, my tray. Oh, that was a Necron falling. Don't worry, they're not splendidly unbreakable. And my tray, of course, says John, the Professional Firehelm on it. So awesome, good stuff. Yeah, Hammerhead Games, Tony, all that good stuff. But hi, Lords of Terra. You guys, it was awesome having you on tonight. Again, thank you very much. And with that, everybody, we're going to call this Fireheads show to an end, a special dual show between In Your Phase Media and the High Lords of Terra. Of course, for In Your Phase Media, look for my Wednesday hobby night at 8 o'clock. Look for Sunday live streams with Jeremy and Alex. And, of course, look for our podcast coming out every Friday. Also, next Monday, we're having our bi-weekly stat show. And, of course, we have Garrett from BCP and all the inside info. We're doing a lot of analysis of what units do well against which ones perform well in which armies. With the new BCP scoring system and list parsing, they're getting a lot of very detailed statistics on current performance of 9th edition games. You guys, if you're out there playing games at home, use the BCP app. Score your games in the BCP app. You don't have to be in a tournament. It has a score tracker. That gets uploaded to the database, and now we start compiling information, and it's information that helps all of us. So with that, this is John Firehelm signing off. I'm sorry, what was that?
Help the Falcon compile data for the love of
Help the
God.
Falcon compile data. Awesome. I love it. And with that, guys, we're out of here. Thank you very much. John Firehelm and the High Lords of Terra signing off. Good night.
Peace.
Peace.